Well, everyone, happy new year 2023. We are here live and direct. What an exciting time to be able to come to you. We feel very refreshed. We feel new. Feels like we haven't been on this set for a while.
Yes, it does.
I think it's just been 3 weeks, is it?
I think so.
Yeah, we had just the week that led up to Christmas, but we're glad that we're here. Talk with the Missus is an exciting program. What a joy to have all of you joining us right now. I'm gonna let the Missus give a shout out to just welcome you before we get into the conversation of today.
Okay. Oh, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, from wherever you are tuned in. We are so glad that you did tune in. Oh.
Yeah.
We're so glad that you did tune in. Today is going to be an amazing time, even more so because you are here with us, whether you're watching us live or whether you're watching us back on replay. We always know that God will send his just right now word for you to be able to deal, navigate, understand whatever it is that you're going through. And it's just in ordinary conversations that we have talk with the Missus. If you're here for the first time, well, welcome. Thank you for joining in. We are Pastor Moses and Chioma Omoviye.
That's it.
And we are a married couple, married now for 14 years.
Yeah, beautiful. I mean, it's exciting.
Yes.
To know that. It's
14 blessed years. Really, it's really been a faithful and wonderful 14 years that we've been married for. We just celebrated our anniversary a few days back, and just take stock sometimes of all the good things God has done for you. God has helped you through. Sometimes you forget some things, but when you just sit down and ponder, you just realize that God truly has been faithful.
Yeah. And
it's such a joy to have you here with us, and we are based in the UK, but travel everywhere. Travel around the world by God's special grace. And we are literally having general conversations. The idea of Talk with the Missus was birthed through conversation. We always talk the same way we talk here on Talk with the Missus. Like privy of like hearing our conversations is the same way we talk when we're at home, or when we're in the car, or when we're on the phone, or I don't think there's anywhere that we haven't spoken. So wherever we have conversations, these are the kind of ways that we'll talk. No, but what do you think? No, but this. So we'll just be talking. So one day I said, oh, wow, this conversation was so nice. I really wish that somebody was like a fly in the wall to hear what it is that we talk about. And that's what birthed Talk with the Missus. We thought, you know what? Let's make the camera that fly in the wall so that people can actually hear the conversations that we have. So that's who we are. And now over to you. Let us know who you are, where you're tuning in from, and let us know, who you are and what nation you're tuning in from.
Great. We are glad that you're here, and the Missus has just told you, how Talk with the Missus started. Yeah. And we are excited that it's been a great blessing to so many people, different nations. As we travel around, we meet people who tell us, I watch your program, and they Talk with the Missus, just a blessing. So we're excited about that. Today we're going to be discussing a very important topic, and whilst you are letting us know that you're joining in and where you're joining from, we are going to be discussing the topic, cherish every moment. Cherish every moment. And we think that that is very important. I think that as human beings, sometimes we beat ourselves up too much. Sometimes we do not pause enough to take in the moments that we are going through. And sometimes, we take for granted, the seasons in our lives, the people in our life, and all of that. And I think it's just important that we have this conversation, especially at this point where a new year is starting. And I know that we've all got our goals all lined up, which is great. And you should have goals and things that you want to pursue this new year. I mean, I've been dealing with a series in our Bible studies in church on acting on your preparation for the year, because without actions, whatever you prepared for will not manifest. But I think it's just important to be able to look at cherishing every moment. Cherishing every moment in your life, in your relationship, as the case may be. So that's our subject of discussion today, and I'm sure it's going to be impactful. There is something to learn, and sometimes increase comes from just being able to pause and take in the moment, reflect on it, enjoy it, and then you can start going again. I see there's some people you want to give a shout out to who have just joined us.
Yes, thank you for tuning in, and thank you for commenting, and Happy New Year. We haven't said that before, so Happy New Year. So Victoria and Nelly says, nice to see you in this new year episode of 2023. Congratulations, happy couple. Thank you so much. I think that's in relation to our anniversary. Then we got Kerry Lewis. She says, good afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. Happy belated anniversary. Oh, thank you so much, Kerry. And then we have Sean Johnson. He says, good day and Happy New Year, Pastor and Mrs. Hope to see you guys in 2023, Sean.
Yes, by his grace.
His grace. But Sean, you are speaking our language. We need to get to America this year. Glory be to the Almighty God. Right, and Kerry is saying that she's tuning in from Miami, Florida. Lovely. Thank you. Then we have Juliet. She says, good evening, Pastor Moses and Sister Chioma. Juliet from Southampton.
Wow,
good evening to you
Juliet.
too.
How are you?
Yeah. And Sabia says, hello, Florida. Yes, I want to say hello, Florida too. When I come off a plane, I'm like, hello, Florida. Has someone seen that I've got like a flight thing in my head? Anyway. Sarah says, Happy New Year, Mr. and Mrs.
Happy New Year to you, Sarah.
And happy anniversary. Didn't realize. That's okay, Sarah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was our anniversary on the 10th of January.
Yeah. So that's 2 days ago from this broadcast.
Yeah. Great. So cherish every moment. I think let's begin with, what are those moments in our lives that we should actually be paying attention to?
Well, the moments.
Yeah.
I think, the big moments, the anniversaries, the birthdays, the wins, personal wins. If your spouse or somebody that's dear to you, your mom, your dad, your brother, your sisters, somebody that's close to you has a personal win. It's good for you to acknowledge that through your behavior and your actions. So personal wins. Let's say, for example, if your brother or your sister used to always get low marks in exams, and then all of a sudden they now start getting better results. I know it's as small as it may sound.
It's not small. I mean, that's not small. I mean, for some people it's small, but win. But it's not. It's not small because it's a change from a low point to a high point. And so it should be remarkable. And even whilst you were talking about those, I think it's actually godly and scriptural to take note of those remarkable moments. Because when you read the Bible, God always, every time there was a remarkable thing even in the journey of the children of Israel. Every time they had a win, most times God will ask them to do something to take note of those moments.
To remember, that's it.
I think for some strange reason in our generation, people take note of all the bad moments and they remember them. I mean, it's like suddenly their brain becomes like a computer, computes the date, computes the time, and they can remember
what they were wearing, what they were eating, where they were stepping.
And it's like the memory of bad occurrences, bad events, periods of losses, negativity stays with people longer than the memories of positive things. And sometimes also that then comes into our relationships. Because I mean, let's say two people in a relationship, we've been married now for 14 years. Yeah. And thank God, God has been gracious to us. But let's say two people in a relationship for 14 years, there would have been many, many happy moments, joyful moments, you know, wonderful moments where the two have just been great for each other, nice to each other, and all of that. And in those 14 years, there could be, thank God we don't have that, but there could be other people out there, 14 years, 10 years, 50 years, 20 years, and the things they remember most are the negative. The day she didn't provide cook for me, the day she talked back to me, the day, God forbid, I'm not saying it's any good, the day she locked the door on me, the day he slapped me or she slapped me, because sometimes she slaps.
I was watching a video. Anyway.
The day she slapped me, the day she called the police. We remember, you know, and sometimes we allow that negative event, negative occurrence to define the relationship. It then makes it look like that is the picture of the relationship. For all of these years, I can never forget what you did to me, and I can never. But there have been so many positive moments. The time I was sick, that you cared for me, you made food, you looked after me and provided. The time I was, you know, name it. I didn't have money, you know, to pay the bills, and you stepped in and said, "Oh, honey, don't worry, I'll pay for your phone bill and I'll pay for that." People seem not to store those. It's like it's taken for granted, but the memories of the negativity stays. So why is that?
I think it is a thing of being taken for granted. I think it's a thing also of, I don't know if it's a funny way to put it, but I think it's a thing of the flesh taking over. Because there's some things that are natural to the flesh, and there's some things that you have to be intentional to be able to overcome. So taking stock of the good things and letting the good things overweigh the bad things. It's like, think about it. God himself says, think of these things that are good, things that are lovely, if God knew, since God knows all things, and he knows that our mind can wander. You know, take every imagination, bring it down, make it subject to. So since God knows our minds can wander, he's now advising us, think of the good things, think of the lovely things, because he knows that the flesh naturally will go to the negative. So it's a thing, it's like a warring kind of inward warring within yourself, that you are highlighting the negative things, so rather than the positive. I'll let you finish, because
there's a question in my mind, but you finish.
Oh, go on. Sorry. You can ask a question.
No, because I'm just thinking: is the nature of man negative? Is negativity? Is negative thinking negative? Is negativity more natural to man than positivity?
I think it depends on where your spirit is. I think it's a thing, because you're ruled, your thoughts and everything are ruled.
I mean, what do you guys think? We would like to hear from you, because I'm just thinking,
because
why do humans remember the negative more than the positive? Why would you be with somebody for 10 years, 20 years? And you know, the moments that you refer to that defines your relationship is the negative thing that they did. It could be one-off.
Yeah,
but yeah, it could be one-off, but it stays.
It stays.
And all of that.
I
So
can't believe you done this to
exactly.
me. I've only done it once, yeah, but I still can't believe you done it.
And then they may have apologized over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And sometimes those clouds then, you know, just put almost like a mask over the relationship, that the relationship is never sweet again. The relationship, the people are not able to move past that negative thing, just maybe one person or maybe the two individuals.
Yeah.
And then that just defines the picture, you know. So I don't know.
But you know, like, I'm just thinking of so many different scriptures. I'm thinking of, to the pure, all things are pure. Yeah. I'm thinking, as a man thinketh, so is he. I'm also thinking on the natural kind of level, where there are different types of people. There are optimists, there are pessimists.
Okay.
You know, it's like that whole thing of seeing a glass of water and it's at the halfway point. Water's at the halfway point. The optimist will say that it's half full. The pessimist will see that it's half empty. So it's that kind of thing where people see the same thing differently. Everyone has an option. Everyone has a choice of how they should and want to see something. And it's what they flow to. So the thing then is, what am I flowing to? What am I seeing more? What am I, you know, doing more? I was remembering when you said, like, we've been married 14 years, and thank God for that. And, you know, in that time, there would be times, well, obviously there've been amazing loads of years of wonderful times, but there would be times where I would have been annoying, or you would have been annoying, or so it done something that I didn't like, or I done something that you didn't like. But are we dwelling on that?
I think that's really
we're not dwelling on that. We're deciding to glaze over that, allow the other person to have their moment of, you know, abnormality, and lovingly bring them back to where they should be. It's like, I remember, I said this before, and I can't remember, some sort of talk, something that I had a few years back, where I said that the first year, anyway, within the first year, like the first few months or so of marriage, I come from I'm London girl, where everything is like, you'd say something to me, I'm saying it back to you sharp, quickly, before you're landing, I'm saying something, you know, like it's that kind of tit for tat kind of thing. That's fine and good. Maybe it's not really fine and good, but if you want to do that in your singlehood and your spinsterhood and all the rest of it, that's up to you. But as soon as you get married, those kind of talking and those kind of ways have to drop. They literally have to drop. If you want the marriage and that to be successful and happy, there's some things that you have to shift. That was one of them. But obviously I'm newly married. I'm learning it. I'm discovering it, how I should be talking. It shouldn't be, he's saying, oh, where's my slippers? Where do you think it is? It's where you left it. Surely I could have said, oh, I think I saw it over there. I think that's where you left it last time. There's two different ways I could have said it. So I remember you're asking for something. I give that kind of response. And then you now say, oh, I'm just praying for you, that the Lord will give you gracious words. I'm thinking, ooh, you know, like, it's not like, what do you mean? It's not coming to me with full force, but it's coming to me, it's checking me, in a loving way. So I'm now reconfiguring, you know, like a phone where it reset, reboot, factory mode. I'm getting myself back to the factory mode to understand, look, this man is now praying for you because you're doing and saying some things that is a prayer point. I've now become a prayer point. I said, no. I cannot be prayer point. I have to be a praise point. My husband should be thinking of me and be happy. How can he be thinking of me and he's now praying, God, give her gracious word, God, put in her mouth that is sweet like honey, God. No, I needed to say, Lord, I thank you for this wife you gave to me. Oh, what a blessing. So I had to reconfigure that in my head so that I'll be able to come back in a proper way. So is that thing where you have the option of doing or saying something negatively, or doing and saying something positively. So you should just choose the right one.
And then I think also the way I said it, you know, I said it in a lovingly, in a very loving
casually
way,
as well.
Casually. Yeah. It wasn't like a serious.
Do you remember saying that?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. That I just said,
years ago.
Yeah, years ago.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, babe.
It's like first year of marriage.
Yeah. Like, oh, babe, I'm just praying for you, you know, that God will give you gracious words, that you know how to say gracious words, just in a very, not in a combative or like, oh, why would you?
This my wife.
Yeah, why would you respond to me like that? You know, I just ask you for this. Yes, no. And I think that, you know, is because I do think that for every one of us as human beings, there are great moments in our life. I know some people like to paint their lives as bad and terrible and horrible. And I know people have moments, and I know everybody's life is not the same. Yeah. But there is no human being that will live through this earth, live through a relationship, and it's all just awful and bad and terrible. I think sometimes we use one bad moment to we zero in so much on one bad moment that happened in our relationship, and that then defines the rest of the tenure of the relationship in that, because we have centered so much on that bad moment, our reactions, you know, and the way we would have been responding to the relationship. And then the other person on the other side obviously is now receiving also these negative vibes. We have now become combatants against each other, fighting, as opposed to people who should be working together. And then before you know it, and life is short. Life is short. I mean, think about it. We are 14 years in marriage. We can remember when we had our wedding. It's 14 years. And then can you think about, let's just thank God that that's not the case. But let's say we had a terrible situation at the second year, and then we centered on it, and we allow it, you know, maybe not openly, but, you know, secretly, you know, affect our relationship and all of that. Now, we would have spent 12 years, if we're still together, 12 years just on that, and would have lost all the wonderful moments and memories and all of that that we should have had. So I think that we need to wake up as human beings, especially we're in a new year, and maybe you're listening to us this evening, and truly, maybe you look at your relationship, sometimes not just relationship with a spouse, sometimes relationship of parents with children, sometimes children with parents, sometimes with friends,
siblings,
you know, godly people that God has brought into your life, sometimes even relationship with church. Can imagine how somebody can be in a church for 20 years, and the church has been great for them. God has been gracious to them and wonderful. And one event, one
out of all the years,
and they forget all the years of help, support, prayer, and giving, just lifting, you know, and all of that. And that one event becomes the zeroing on that, and that becomes, you know, the thing. Oh, you don't know what they did to me. Oh, you don't know what happened to me. Oh, you don't this, and everything else is gone. You know, so I think we need to kind of recalibrate our minds as human beings, reboot it, especially in this new year. Thank God it's a new year. Let it be new indeed.
It's true.
Let it be new indeed. You know, very important, so that we do not zero in on just the negativity. In your relationship with your children, your daughters. Why is it that all you remember is that one negative thing that your daughter did? What about all the positive things that she has been doing? I mean, that girl, you gave birth to her. She grew in your hands. She's 35. Oh, I can't forget that thing that she did to me. I can't forget. I mean, for crying out loud, one moment out of 35 years of her being your daughter, why are you so fixated on the one negative thing and use it to forget all the time that she's been a good girl?
Exactly.
She's been a wonderful girl.
All the efforts that she's made to say sorry.
Exactly.
Because sometimes people, you put it in their face, you did this, you did this, you did this, you did this in their face. And they're like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And they're doing things to say, I'm sorry. But yet you're not forgiving them.
No. So
meanwhile, you do all kind of evil and all kind of bad things. Yeah. You go to God. Yeah. You go to God, oh Lord, I'm sorry, and God will say it's okay. He will now wipe you clean. He will now cherish you, hug you and everything. And you're like, you're cool. You're not like, yeah, me and God, yeah. But your daughter or your son or your husband or your wife or your neighbor or whoever, you're not like, I can never forgive them. No, me, no. It's a problem.
It is a problem. And
it's even a devil problem.
It robs
because
you.
It's robbing people from salvation.
And it robs even you. It robs you
later
of enjoying your life.
Enjoying life now.
Exactly. It robs you of enjoying your life now. It robs you of actually being able to take in the moments and actually cherish them, because God wants us to have a wonderful life. And I'm sure every one of us, we all want to have a wonderful life. We want to enjoy ourselves.
Yes.
And enjoyment in itself, yes, money contributes. Yes, having the nice things of life contributes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it's not just all about money.
It's not everything.
There are people who have fat bank accounts and yet,
they're lonely and sad.
Yeah, they're not enjoying life. So I think it's just important that we can look inwardly.
Yeah.
And we can say to ourselves, you know what? I know people have hurt me and I know that I've hurt people, but my life in 2023 is going to be a sweet one.
That's it.
I am going to enjoy every moment. I'm going to enjoy every relationship that I have. I'm determined to enjoy.
See as a privilege.
Yes.
See your relationships that you have, that God allowed you to be in a circle with somebody as a privilege.
It's a privilege. My friendship with this person, I'm going to enjoy it. My relationship with my husband, my relationship with my wife, my relationship with my children, my relationship with my parents, my relationship with my church, I'm going to enjoy it. I know that people may do things that's supposed to hurt me, and usually I will zero in on those things. But I am just going to enjoy this year, and I'm going to give people the benefit of that. I'm going to give them the benefit of that. I'm going to make excuses for certain people. Or maybe they didn't really mean it. Maybe this is why they did it.
Maybe they're having a bad day.
Maybe they're having a bad day.
And transferred aggression
towards me. And I'm just going to, not allow one moment of madness to erase all the wonderful times that I have had with them for so many years. And I think if we correct that, we can begin to enjoy our lives, and actually that would help us to start taking note of the positive moments. And it will improve the quality of our living. I think let's read. We've got a lot of comments we need to get through.
Guys, you guys have been on fire. Well done.
Yeah, we start with, I think, got Anne-Marie.
Okay, but I've also got Lynn. She's telling us that she's joining in from Jamaica.
All the way in Jamaica.
Beautiful, Lynn. Beautiful. What parish you in, Lynn? Love to know. What parish, my darling? Okay, so Anne-Marie.
Anne's cooking and more.
All right, so she goes, Anne's cooking and more. She says, I think people remember the bad things as it's the one that hits others, yeah?
I think maybe she wanted to say hits harder.
Oh, hits harder. Okay, good, yeah. It not like they forgot the good, but when something happened, it always brings back the bad. So,
and then she continued by saying, she said, and also it's mostly the men who won't forget the negative.
Some women too. Some women.
Really?
Some women. No, some women hardcore.
I'm trying to think.
No, but there's some men that hold grudge like it's a covenant. They're holding on to something like, I can't let go of this. You know, like all them. Like
that one is what you said, like it's a covenant.
Yes.
I've never heard that before.
No, because some people hold on to things like is their life. They cannot let go of this. It's like what was it when Jacob was holding on to the angel, said, I won't let you go. You know, it's like wrestle with you for life.
I think I need to remember that phrase.
What's that?
Hold on to
negative
to grudge.
Grudge, yeah.
Like it's a covenant. That's an interesting one.
It's not good though. It's interestingly not good.
Yeah, it's interestingly not good, but just the phrase, it's okay. But is it?
Let it go.
I'm trying to process in my head that men.
Of course, some people when you're having arguments.
No, but is she saying that it's mostly the men who won't forget the negative? Is it? I don't know. I'm just trying to think.
I think both. It depends on the individual and the person, their temperament, their personality, and all the rest of it. Especially if it's a melancholic person.
I'm genuinely thinking too.
Especially if it's a melancholic person. People that are deep thinkers. They think and think and think and analyze and overanalyze and paralyze and bring back to life and analyze again. Those kind of people would see things so differently even from the way it was presented.
Yeah.
So it's really very deep, but in saying that, I think it's an individual kind of thing. There are people that when you're in the heat of discussion, or I want to say, well, even if it's an argument or discussion,
they lose self-control.
Yes, they'll just say anything anyhow. Oh, that's how you don't want to do this for me, but you've been doing it for all these people. Or you don't want to help me, but you were helping this other person. Oh, why me now? Or that's how you do. They just throw things in people's face. Both ways.
Yeah, I think sometimes. Yeah, I think sometimes the problem is
it's lack of
when we talk too hot.
Exactly,
it's a problem.
Yeah,
we should never. The intent of talking.
I don't think the intent is talking to hurt. It's just careless.
Oh, really?
Some people don't do it on purpose. They're just careless. Just open up their mouth and they run like a river and they can't bring it back. So it's just, they just talk.
That's even worse, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So they're talking without a purpose. There's no
aim.
Yeah, there's no aim. There's no aim to the talk.
I'm just smiling on the inside because one of the things that I said when we were courting, one of the things that I said about my husband is that I love that he plans. He's a man with a plan. Yeah. So you're planning conversations now. Not everybody plans conversations. Some people just talk. So not everybody plans conversations. So you can't think that everybody.
Yeah, because your brain should process what you want to say before you say with your mouth, and you should ask yourself, how is this thing going to be received? How will he help this person, or will he knock them down? Is he going to build them? What is the long-term implication of this word? If I say this thing now, yeah, will I have to be dealing with it 2 years, 3 years after now? How does it affect my home? Will I be able to lie on this bed and have peace after saying this thing? People don't ask themselves those questions.
They don't even consider it. Some people don't care, or maybe they lack considering those things. Maybe it's that they lack considering it. Maybe it's not a thing that they don't care. They just didn't consider it.
Because if you love somebody,
spontaneous people,
is your wife, is your husband, or somebody, and you can't be careless in talking to them, because you're going to live with this person. If they're not happy, you won't be happy. So you should be and you want a happy life.
Yeah, you do.
If I want a happy life, I have to ensure that I create a happy environment for the people that are in my life, because they make my life.
Exactly.
I cannot claim to want a happy life
literally,
and then I do not create happiness
environment
for the people who are in my life.
Everything is toxic, because
it's
contagious.
It's those people, they are the ones that make your life.
It's true.
Yeah, they are.
It's true.
So it's
I think it's crucial. A new consideration, not a new consideration, but people should consider these things.
Exactly.
Maybe people are not considering these things, because if we're talking about cherish every moment,
yeah,
in cherishing every moment, you're trying to bring out the positive sides in every moment.
In every moment,
you're trying to, even when the person is crying, or the person is sad, or something bad has happened, you're not just glazing it over the person. Oh, what's wrong with you? Is that what is making you cry? Come on, just get on with it. That's breaking down the person, breaking them down. They're not going to feel joy to be around you, because in that vulnerable state that they had, showing you that they were sad over something to the point of crying and feeling vulnerable, you just made them feel even worse. So how is that husband or how is that wife now going to be able to bring things to you with confidence? How are they going to be able to communicate with you with joy? Because even the sad moments, you showed no care. You showed literally no care.
No care. Yeah,
and this is
didn't bother you that they're not happy.
Care. Yeah. Like, oh, is that what's making you cry? Oh, come on, that's nothing. How would you feel if this and this? You now talk about yourself. You know, how would you feel if this and this and this happened to you, like it happened to me? Come on, that thing you're saying is nothing. Go and get me some food. I'm just telling you something that is I'm vulnerable. Maybe you even stumbled on me crying. You know, I'm vulnerable, but you don't care. That's not cherishing moments. That's like abusing moments.
Yeah. Okay. Doc has said, okay, I think she's answering to the question, you know, why do people remember just mainly negative? He said, because we are programmed to remember the bad side of life, so we let it overshadow the good side. I think you can reprogram yourself as well. You can reprogram your mindset and all of that. Do you want to read Mwingi?
Okay, yeah. Mwingi says, human nature, I think, tend to at times lean more towards negative. I know I was having a conversation with a friend and they said positivity is being naive. Exactly. Some people are like that.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, get real. Come on, be real. Oh, you're so naive. Oh, you're just so pure. I remember someone saying that to you. Oh, Pastor, you're just too pure. Like, you don't see the negative. Why don't you see the negative? Like there's something wrong.
Yeah. Why don't you see the negative?
Yeah.
Why you? He said, I look at you and I start thinking, oh, this Pastor Moses is naive. He's naive. But until God, you know, dealt with them one day, they said to me that they then came in contact with a message that was preached by a global minister. And they were watching it on TV. And the global minister said, you know, when you meet people whose hearts are so pure, because of the way they speak, the way they reason and all of that, that you would think that they are naive. That you think they are naive. He said, but don't play with them, because God, he said, they are not naive. God fights for them because their heart is pure. They see the positive in things, in people, and approach like that way. So, you know, you may think, oh, this person is just naive. They're naive. But God fights for them. And I don't want to go into stories, but we've seen that time and time and time again. When people look at me and they you can. We can
do some things.
Oh, no,
you know, can't. God will expose them. It will just blow wind on their yash.
They will think they are succeeding, and I don't know what's happening. Before you know, bam, everything just explodes. Like,
but those that don't understand, blow wind on their yash is like blowing like wind up their bum, or making their skirts or their trousers, everything exposing them for who they really are.
So. I mean, it's just it. Let's read on. Anne-Marie said, it doesn't go immediately. You learn to stop. Okay. So with negativity, Mwingi said, I'm not the sleeper whisperer.
That was when I was saying, have you seen my slippers?
Oh, okay. Like, okay. You just throw it out at the person. All right. Do you want to read Sarah?
Okay, so Sarah says, Madam Omoviye, give us an example if you're darling the bomber.
The bomber.
I don't understand.
Okay.
But she said something else later. Okay,
yeah.
okay. But she says, "Thank you for being real, Mrs. O." Okay, so she didn't get the example yet when she wrote, and then the example of the slipper.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then she said,
"Okay, so positively awed by you both. Thank you for sowing beautiful wisdom into my life this evening." Oh, praise God, praise God, praise God. All right, so I think we cherish the moments. There was a video clip that I saw recently. I think I've seen it before, years back, or at least a few months back, where a man, it was like in a crowd, he was giving a speech. I think he's an athlete even. And he was talking about, and he's American, and he was talking about his wife. He said that he was married. I don't know, some people may have seen this. He said he's been married for 30 days. He was married for 30 days. And then on that 30th day, his wife took ill. 11 days later, his wife died.
Oh, really?
Yes. Oh. So everyone was like, oh, it's like, I know everyone's going to be like, oh, but don't be, you have to understand that life is for living.
Yeah.
You have to live life. You have to, get over these challenges and everything. This is a man that, became a widow after how many days of marriage? That's 41 days of marriage.
That's painful, though.
It's very painful. The love of your life, how long and how hard sometimes it is to find that person. Then you now finally, marry them, have a relationship, marry them, and then this now happens. But he was like, look, you need to be to hold on to the person that you're with. You need to cherish them. You need to admire them. You need to be the encourager. Maybe I'm adding words now because I can't remember all that he said. But you need to be somebody that you love the person and they know that you love them.
Yeah,
not that you're just saying I love you, but let them know.
Yeah, it's important that they know
you love them.
Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't really be so much that you are the one saying, "Oh, I love you." Yeah, you should say it, but let there be a knowing within them that you love them. Like you could say, "I know my wife loves me. I know my husband loves me. I know my children love me. I know that I think it's important, and you have to be able to help the people get to that place. I think about it. Let's just
feel secure in your love.
For those of us who have lost one person or the other at one point or the other in our life, at those moments, when you remember them, sometimes you start thinking to yourself, if you knew that they were going, what could you have done?
Conversations.
Maybe you could have had more time with them. Maybe you'd have had certain conversations. Maybe you'd have taken them out on Thursday. So I think the life that we have, why we want something better, why we want more, let's enjoy the moment. Let's cherish it. Spend quality time with your children. I mean, for those who have children, I've said this before to people. I don't know if I've said it on this platform. Any child you have, typically, that child has 18 years to live with you. That's if he or she doesn't go to a boarding school. 18 years. At 18, they are going to university. And your prayer as a parent is that as your children are graduating, they get great jobs. Great job may mean the child is not coming back to your house. So invariably, it's 18 years you have with them. And those 18 years, guess what? You are just screaming at them, shouting at them. What's wrong with you? And all of that. Why did you put this here? And all of that.
That's true.
What you don't understand.
Barking dog.
Yes. You're barking at them, shouting at them. Oh, you irritated me. Why did you get this chair stain? I put this cup here. Who moved it? What you don't understand is that the excitement of your life. Part of it is the fact that when you drop a cup here and you come, somebody else moves it. If you are left alone in the house, alone, there's no child to move the cup, there's nobody to scatter the room for you to arrange it, There's nobody to eat the food that you cook, only you eating it. So when you step out, every time you come back to the house, everything is exactly where you left it. You will be frustrated. Exactly. So those things that you think are irritating you, or the way you went into the bath when you finished bathing, why couldn't you wash the bath? I'm not saying don't wash the bath. Oh, that's not what I want you to get me. I'm not saying don't wash the bath. I'm not saying leave it dirty for the next person who is coming in. Because some people, you shave as a man. Exactly. You leave the hair. Everywhere. You leave the hair everywhere.
Oh, God. Even touch person's toothbrush. You couldn't even move the
toothbrush away. Oh. You hair everywhere and all of that. Okay, we're saying men. Women, when you comb your hair, the whole carpet is filled with hair. The comb you use, the brush, you could not take out anything out of the brush. It's there. This as if it's spaghetti that somebody is going to eat. So
the spaghetti brush.
Exactly. So I'm not saying that you should not clean up those things that can irritate people. I'm not saying that, but peradventure, you come home, you meet those things. It was not clear and all that. It annoys you. Trust me when I say this. It is part of the things that are keeping you alive, that is keeping your life enjoyable. So stop screaming, shouting, and all of that. Enjoy and cherish those moments, because if you are alone, that hair, that comb, that brush is always clean. The way you left is the way it is. There's nothing to clean and all of that. When you come home, the food, the way you left it, this one you come home, you people have finished the food. You didn't even think about me. What kind of people are you? Blah, blah, blah. You are shouting. Don't shout too much, because if the food you cook, every time you come, the way you left it, that's the way it is. You will not enjoy life. You'll be tired. Go and find out from people who are alone. Take time, sit with them. They will tell you that they want those things that you are complaining about.
We know
those things that are annoying you about your children, about your husband, about your wife. Oh, these that come and be washing dishes for you. Why can't you watch it? They want it. They want somebody to come into their life that they can be washing dishes for. Exactly. So cherish the moment. Enjoy the life that God has given you. Value the people. Make memories with the people. Good memories. I'm not saying go and take a loan to go to a holiday or load your credit card to go on holiday. No. You can make memories by going to the park. Have a picnic. By going out for walks. Just cherish the moment. Cherish the moment of your children's birth. Cherish the moment of birthdays, anniversaries. We do this every year. Cherish it. Do something.
The sad thing is that one day you will not have a year to do that.
Exactly.
Because nobody is here forever.
Yeah.
So one day you will not be able to do that. And then you wish that year when you said, I beg, I'm tired, or look, we're saving, or look, I don't want to spend money on all these things. You now wish that you spent the money on those things.
So I mean, let's cherish the moment. Enjoy our lives. Cherish the people that are in our life. Let them know. Let you're a pastor. Let your church members know you value them. You have a pastor. Let your pastor, don't behave like you are doing your pastor a favor. Cherish the fact that your pastor stood and you could walk up to him. Do you know how many people can go to their pastor to talk with them? That your pastor is accessible to you. Cherish the moment. It's true.
It's true.
Cherish the moment. I think it's very important. Look, after this broadcast, look at your son differently. Look at your daughter differently. Look at your wife and your husband differently. And just say to yourself, this is 2023. I am going to savor and enjoy life with these people. And I'm going to ensure that that's what it is, and cherish the moment that I have. Because no matter how much we pray, we rebuke the spirit of death, we bind death, we will not die, we will not die. We will all die one day. Nobody's going to be here forever. That is the truth. No matter, think about it. Lazarus, even Lazarus that Jesus raised from the dead, where is he now? He still died. Lazarus
still died.
All the people that were raised from dead, one day they will still die. So now that you have these people in your life, cherish them. Cherish the moment. And God bless you as you do that. Well, our time is almost gone.
Our time is gone.
I hope we've all learned something.
Yeah, I hope we've really just thought, you know what? I'm going to cherish everyone around me, every relationship around me, every, you know, whether it's even a work colleague. God gave you the privilege of having a job, you know, with people that you can even talk to. Some people work alone, or they work in mines, you know, or they're just like,
they're not meeting people.
They're not meeting people. So you even have a colleague.
Yeah, I was thinking about that thing today. No, not today. I think it was yesterday.
Yeah.
What I was thinking about is people are finding it. This is more about singles. I was just thinking that people are finding it difficult now to meet people. Yeah. And now there's this promotion of working from home, which one of the places, how are they going to meet people?
I think that's a conversation for another day. I think we really need to have a conversation about, you know, how do singles mingle? Do you know what I mean? How do they get to find each other? What's the environment, especially for those that are, let's say, late 20s, 30s and beyond? How do they meet somebody?
How do you meet people? Where you meet people, especially now that a lot of things is isolating us more and more and more and more and more and more. All right, let's try and wrap up.
All right, so guys, it's been amazing as always. You guys, your comments have been coming thick and fast. If I can, I don't know if I can, which ones I can take. Esther, she says, Happy New Year. My pastor and my sister rejoice with you on your marriage anniversary. All hold on. The oil of love will keep running in your home. Love you guys. We love you too. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you.
You got some at
where am I now?
I think you probably here.
Okay. Sarah, she says, your advice is great, Pastor, but what about if your forgiveness births more pain? In the case of excruciating betrayal, should you simply forget and get back onto such toxic environment? Isn't it better? Isn't it better to just remove yourself from certain relationships? Yeah, if you're not covenantly tied to them in marriage and all that kind of stuff, even if it is in marriage, you have to seek counsel to know the best way to move forward, whether it's moving forward with them or without them. That's a decision that only you can really make. But in saying that, you have to really, really seek counsel and seek God as well. Because God can heal your heart. You know, not that
God will lead you. He will lead you.
And it's not like we're not trying to say, oh, just forgive and forget. Move on. What's wrong with you? Move on. You have to heal. It's not just forgiving. It's the healing that is needed. Needed.
Borobo said, nice topic. I'm really enjoying it. Thank you.
Awesome. Remember, women are peacemaker. I will stop there. Because some women are not peacemakers. Some women are quarrel makers. Some women are confusionists. Some women are manipulators. But thank God none of you are here. None of them are here. But it's not always the case. Anyway, so we will do everything to make our home work. Yes, that's for the wise women. A wise woman builds a home. So that's inadvertently telling us there's some foolish women that don't. But with the men, as soon as something happens, all the bad you did will resurface for some men. Some men.
Okay. So here, I think Carrie
says lack of self-control. Some people just don't have it. Makima, hello. Says, congratulations, sir, and congratulations, ma, on your marriage anniversary. God bless you both. More and more, I pray. Amen. God bless you. Thank you so much. Kerry also says, sometimes people don't realize that the things that we complain about the most is the things that we will miss when those people are gone.
That's true.
And that is so true. You know, there's a saying,
so true.
You don't know what you've got until it's gone. So it's important for us to, you know, enjoy the things that, you know, sometimes are a little bit annoying, like loud chewing. I don't know, because some people get over that. Or all the different things, you know. But
I think just pause.
Yeah.
Pause.
Yeah.
Take it all in.
Yeah.
Enjoy the life that God has given you.
Yeah.
And the people that God has given you. Yeah. Very, very important. I think if we just understand that God did not make a mistake for putting these children in my life, for putting these parents in my life, for this, you know, they may not be that great in their behavior, but I'm going to try to enjoy life to the best. Obviously, I'm not saying put yourself on the line of danger.
Yeah.
But this year, don't leave.
Being trampled on.
Yeah, or being trampled on. But don't leave this year just fixated,
frustrated
on negativity and frustrated and all of that. And your life clock is ticking.
Yeah.
So
it is. Let it tick with joy.
Yeah.
And I think as well as that, it's being able to, like Level said, take stock.
Yeah.
As well as being able to just, like you said, just pause and just enjoy the moments and see the time that you have with the person, whether
make memories for them.
Make
memories for them. Make memories for yourself. So when you are not in the picture, they can remember you. With, you know,
the good things.
Yeah, the good things.
I was going to say, and seeing it as an opportunity sometimes, if that person is on the side where you're not seeing eye to eye, see it as an opportunity to try and win them.
Yeah.
You know, the Bible says that with your character, for women that have, you know, non-believing husbands, with your character, you would win them. So that means that people have the ability to be won.
Yeah.
So let's see
it
that way.
All right. I think we're going to have to wrap up.
Yep.
I hope you have given a thumbs up to the YouTube broadcast.
Yes.
If you haven't done that, please do that now. Go on YouTube and give it a thumbs up. It will make YouTube recommend this conversation to many other people. And I'm sure you've been blessed by it. I'm sure some things kind of been awakened in you. So some others need to hear this. So give it a thumbs up on YouTube.
Give it a like on Facebook and Instagram as well.
Yes, please do that. Like on Facebook, like on Instagram.
Yeah.
And of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us also on our Instagram and Facebook platforms. And God bless you for doing that. Tomorrow, we continue with the prayers on Satisfy Me Early, oh Lord. And God will satisfy you early. So 6 a.m. UK time, we're looking forward to seeing you. It's 2023. Please, I hope you have started pursuing your visions and dreams for the year. Some people say, oh, you know, the year is still young. It has not started. It's running. It's running. It's not just started. It's what? It's running. So take your steps now and you would achieve great things.
Amen. I was just thinking, you know, this year is our year of the miraculous, but you need to be doing something for God to pour his miracle on.
That's it.
Even when he said to Moses, when Moses is on you know, just about to cross the Red Sea, Lord, what am I going to do? He said, what's in your hand? God needed something to be in Moses' hand. He also needed Moses to use the thing that's in his hand to cause the miracle. So you need to be using whatever you have, whatever gifting, whatever, so that God can do that great miracle through your life this year.
All right, people. We love you guys. You know, we can talk to you all night, but we have to go. Thank you for joining us. Been a great, great pleasure. We'll see you again in 2 weeks' time, 2 Thursdays from now. Until then, this is when we say
bye.